girl, you got another one.
Choose your character.
All right. Welcome back to the Geekset podcast, only podcast that blend hip-hop culture and geek culture together. I'm your boy Deuces, and this is 1-on-1 with Deuces, the place where I speak with creators, curators, and people that you should know. And right now, man, we got a very, very dope creator, comedian, voice actor now, bro. We got the homie Rome Nose in the building, man. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm feeling good. Glad to be here. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing great, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just still, you know what I'm saying? Don't know how to process what happened on House of the Dragons. I don't know if you are them Dragons watcher, but bro, it's getting serious over there.
I got you. No, I can't say that I was tuned in, but hopefully it's
Oh, bro,
nothing.
I'm surprised. But you know what? Because so one of the things, so this my platform is about giving people their flowers and talking about, you know, saying some of the things that they're doing in their journey, right? And with your content specific, you do like the hood version of things, you do like the gang version of things. And I feel like the Game of Thrones universe, House of the Dragon universe is definitely something that if you did your take on it would hit so hard because bro, they be set tripping in there like
Yeah.
and that's because that's what it's all about. It's all about heirs. It's all about, you know what I'm saying, the houses, the family name and everything. And I just feel like if you put your spin on it, bro, you'll cook so much in that, bro.
I might have to tune in one time just to check it out. Might have to.
So, for those who don't know, and because, like I said, you don't do a lot of interviews, so I want to get your story and everything like that. So, who is Rome Knows?
Man, so first off, I was born and raised in California, Los Angeles, Daniel Freeman to be exact, in Inglewood. So I'm the middle child of three, boys. My parents I'm Nigerian, first generation, but I'm just I was an eclectic kid growing up. Like, growing up in the hood, like everybody at recess was doing their thing. I had my Captain Underpants books. I would bring those to school, like Harry Potter. So I was always into like my nerd space, even at the time where it wasn't like popularized, you know what I'm saying? But it was just something that I wore with honor. I really thought I was just gonna be like your stereotypical like nerd, not social, things like that. I just ended up getting like athletic as time went on. So I started playing sports, coming in my own. And one thing I always realized was, okay, I was always upfront about my nerd stuff because I'm like, we could fight about it, but you know what I'm saying? But I would say stuff, and then like I'd have homies like talk to me on the side, like, "Hey, yo, I watched that stuff too," and I'm like, "Why are we whispering about this? Like, you can like this out loud." There was always that stigma. But yeah, in terms of that, I was always like, good at schoolwork. I played sports. I was, playing Kingdom Hearts, Budokai, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just me. I draw a little bit as well. And yeah, I'm just an eclectic person who, openly likes what he likes and tries to infuse that. I grew up in the Crenshaw district. Shout out to the late great Nipsey Hussle. So I just grew up watching his story develop as well as other people's. It was always that mindset of pretty much do for self and be authentic. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I grew up in the heart of South Central in terms of like gang culture and like, different influences like that. So when I'm speaking to it in the skits and things, it's not really me like, oh, saying it from the outside. I'm like, hey, I grew up in these neighborhoods. Like I've experienced some of these stories. Like I got friends, homies. So that's just like my perspective of my real life intertwined with the skits,
Yeah,
and
we can tell that because I often talk about like the one thing reason why I fuck with Kendrick so tough is that I feel like I walk the same path with like in a Midwest sense, right? Because a lot of people when they talk about the hood, they always talk about the extreme, right? The most gangster nigga, the most hustling nigga, like whatever the shooter and everything like that. But majority of the people is us. It's what
Right.
Kendrick is. It's what you is. Is that we was there, but we wasn't like, yeah, we may have tried to dabble, but we knew that we wasn't for that life. You know what I'm saying? But we, of course, everybody's going to try. Everybody want to try to be, what's going on. But it was like there's a lot of us who was just in the hood who knew these people who, like I said, you know what I'm saying? And but we just didn't. We wasn't active. We wasn't the ones that was fully out there. And so when those stories get told, or those people who can talk authentically from it, and it's funny because, like I said, the most gangster nigga that's from the hood, he's gonna co-sign you. He's gonna be like, no, 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 Rome cool. Like, don't, like, bro, like Rome doing this thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that was me. Like, I came up with music, and you know what I'm saying? They the dudes in the hood, they knew. They're like, bro, Deuces, you ain't like, bro, stick with the music, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you cool and all, but like, don't try to do what we do. Like, just stick with the music. And so it's like, you know what I'm saying? People, I think a lot of people can gravitate towards that part of your story. And also, like I said, it didn't feel fake. Like when I watch your content, I didn't feel the sense of, what I'm saying, somebody being fraudulent, you know what I'm saying, speaking on something that they don't know. But I also didn't get the sense of, and this is where I think people get it misconstrued. Just because you are not of the gang life or anything like that, it don't mean that you ain't got these hands. It don't mean that, like, it don't mean that you gonna be scary in the situation. It's just like, bro, listen, I am a fun, jovial black nigga. So it's like, but like, if you like, I'm not gonna let you walk over me. So it's like your content comes across as very, very relatable, because I feel like more people who even though we don't speak about it, there's more people who I grew up in the hood, but I wasn't that. But I still know everything and every aspect, and I can speak on it very confidently and very, very, you know what I'm saying, intelligently about what happens in the hood and hood politics. So when you blend it with the anime and your loves, it's like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah, no, and you hit the nail on the head perfectly, because there's always that dichotomy of like, okay, well, if you let somebody else dictate it, they'll tell you, well, you're not hood enough, or you got to do all this, and I'm just all
Yeah.
like, bro, it don't even go down the way you think it does in real life. Like, that's how I know you're not really like from anything. But yeah, at the end of the day, like you said, I think it was just being authentic garners the respect, because at the end of the day, we still people. Like, try to tell people, like, the gangbangers you interact with, respect goes a long way, to the point, like you said, there's always, they'll tell you, hey, stay in your lane. This ain't for you. Like, you got something you doing that makes more sense for you. Like,
Yep.
and I think that's one of the beautiful things, is just like people respect authentic pathways.
Yeah. And they, like I said, they want to see somebody make it.
For
Like
sure.
most people who are in that life, you know what I'm saying, whether they're hustling, gangbanging, and everything like that, it's either like, something within the family based off of their like their situation, they had to get into it, but they don't really advocate for more people to get into it. So when they see
Right.
somebody, especially from the neighborhood, doing something else that's positive, and if they can like say, hey, let's if we can steer him away from it, like, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, do your thing, bro, get out the right way, because this way, because like I said, a lot of people that's in that life too, they also understand. Like, you hear those rappers, they be like, bro, I was shocked that I got past 21. I was
Yeah.
shocked, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they know that there's not a lot of in results that in a positive manner. It's like you either dead or in jail. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, again, when you come from that cloth, like, even just being born or being in that neighborhood and being around, you kind of see how it is, and you kind of see the ones who are just like reckless, or the ones who's like, bro, I had to do this, but like, you do something else. And I think that that's why, you, like said, your content connects. And then, like, you're from a hotbed area that everybody knows. There's so many outsiders who think they know about Crenshaw, think they know about Compton based off of movies, music, and everything. And it's always funny to me when I'm hearing other people talk about hood politics in other neighborhoods and things that they're not from. I'm like, bro, you not even from Cali, so I don't even want to hear your take. Or because like right now, I know you see what's going on, like with Kendrick and Game and all this, and then it's so many people who are so stands of like Drake or the other side that they're speaking on hood politics, and I'm like, you don't even know what's going on. You saw one video that confirms what you're saying, your bias, and now you thinking that that's the truth. Like, bro, talk to somebody from the area, because yeah, there's ops on each side. Not everybody's gonna like Kendrick, but that one person may not be speaking factual. Like,
No, for sure. People, like, and the internet just made it worse. Like, people run with narratives solely based on clickbait. They don't
yeah,
do any research. So, like you said, they're just trying to fuel whatever narrative they got. like people will be in the comments telling me like, that's not how it work over in LA. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, oh man, I ain't never seen nobody wear a New York hat in LA. I'm like, are you crazy? Like, that's you've never seen that? Like, oh, okay. I must have been in Atlanta, I guess. Like, what are we
Right.
talking about? So yeah, no, I always found that funny. I'm just all like, man, because like again, like okay, the colors, like yeah, obviously you probably should be aware, but it's not as bad as it used to be. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like people be all like, you can't wear. I'm like, it's not. We're not on that timing anymore. Like it's like stuff's evolved. You know what I'm saying?
And you also got to have like awareness. I feel like if, and this is just me personally, as somebody from, like I said, in Milwaukee, I blew up in the Milwaukee gangs, Chicago gangs, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's GDs, Vice Lords, Latin Kings out here, right?
Yep.
And it's like I said, it's, you know, it's one of those situations where it's like, I know which gas station where I got to be like, I got to keep my head on a swivel. I know which neighborhood where it's like, bro, all right, just like, you just don't be just, you know what I'm saying, polying in this neighborhood and stuff like that, that I know which time, you know. So it's like even when you go into areas that are not your area, it's just like you take those same type of teachings that you learn and just be like, just be aware and be respectful. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you come in thinking that, oh, I can do whatever I want. No, that's not how it works in some neighborhoods, and you should know that.
And that's the biggest thing is all like, you know, obviously like I add a comedic element to it. I think the
Mhm.
funniest thing is like you'll have people that go, oh yeah, he's talking that real. And you have people like, man, it's not like that. I was over there like 2 days ago. I'm like, bro, obviously people aren't getting knocked off there every 12 seconds, but it's all like just because you know an animal doesn't die in the jungle doesn't mean the jungle isn't dangerous. Like, you know, like, and I'm not saying it to glorify. I'm just like, bro, if you're from LA, like I'm not stopping at the gas station on Manchester and Hoover. It's just not a thing. Also, it's because like, you know, there's always this element of people want to tour the hood, come to LA
Oh
for this.
yeah.
And I'm just all like, bro, like our real life pain is not for clickbait. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
imagine you going through what you're going through, and somebody got a camera talking about, oh, look where I'm at. I'm like, you have
Right.
no business over here, bro. Like,
I
because
know
I
I know Insecure did a number on y'all city.
shout out to Insecure.
Bro.
I'm like, bro, what are you like? When people are like, oh, Insecure, I'm like, bro, you're in the J's. Like, what are you doing right now? Like, it's not a tourist spot, man.
You know
So,
what's funny? Like one of my favorite shows of all time is The Wire, and
okay.
bro, they talk about that in Baltimore. I got some homies in Baltimore, and they like, bro, people be like, these are active drug zones, like, bro, like these are.
And the thing with LA is like you said, it's the awareness. Like if you from LA, you know where you have no business being at. So you're just moving on a different pace of like, I'm getting in, I'm getting out. But like you got people who like to loiter, and I'm just all like, oh, you're just dumb. Like, what are
Yeah.
you? That's
But
kind of
like even bro, even this is the funniest thing for me, like when my first time going to Cali and everything like that, is that um we only know like Compton and everything from like movies and stuff like for us outsiders, right? But what throws everything for the loop is that Compton actually is kind of like hidden. Like when I say hidden, it's like you can accidentally end up in Compton as a as a tourist because the neighborhood don't look run down like a ghetto. I remember, bro. I remember I'm driving. My guy was driving me around, and as I'm driving, I'm looking. And I'm like, hey, are we in Compton? He's like, yeah. I was like, bro, because I started noticing things from the movies and everything. And I was just like, yeah, we don't got to stop. I was like, I mean, we
yeah.
here. Because it was like, again, the only reason why I also even said that, because I think it was like 5:36. I'm like, bro, the sun about to go down. I'm like, I just don't want to chance it. I was like, but it was crazy because it was like, as we driving, I just didn't know. I was just like, yo, I've seen this before. And I was like, hey, are we close to Compton, bro?
Yeah. And
That was the
shout out
funniest thing ever for me, bro. Because I was like, "Dang, bro!" Like, hey, but again, it's like I said, in today's world, somebody like, "Oh, let me get out," and they want to do
yeah,
photos and
no,
everything.
don't
And
do that.
that's how you
Don't.
get your head knocked off.
And you know, shout out to Compton. You know, I got a lot of good people over there. Compton, you know, Compton's its own city. So like from the outside people, when they think of like LA, they're like, oh, Compton. But Compton is literally its own city. Like
Yeah,
it's not LA. So like, you know, everybody's very particular about that. But yeah, don't let the homes fool you. Like they are active on those like because like you say, you know, you're like, oh, you see houses, things like that, but that's kind of like just how South Central is. Like you
yeah.
will see houses, but it's super active. Like if you go on the east side though, that's where you see a lot more projects. Like the east side, like people argue about it, but like consider the other side of the 110 freeway. That's the east side. Like the east side has that look of like, oh shoot, like it's grimy. Like they got actual projects, like things like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So there's always just that dichotomy. But yeah, no, it's don't let the homes fool you.
The aesthetics, don't let the aesthetics fool you.
Man,
So
what?
in your journey, just even in general though, like what got you actually into creating content? Like where did that come from?
Man, so you know what's funny is coming up, you know, because we're that generation that was before computers, before the internet, and everything
Yeah.
like integrated itself. So originally, like, yeah, I had dreams of like being like in entertainment and whatnot, but through the old school way. Like, hey, I'm gonna figure out some way to get on through like a movie or a comedy, something like that. And boom, I just didn't know the plan. So as the internet started taking off, I saw people going viral, but there was no like benefit to it. Like it was considered weird when I was growing up. If you were on the internet making videos, it's like, oh, you're an internet dude, like you online.
Mm.
So I always had an aversion to it. It wasn't until I saw people actually getting opportunities like on TV from Vine that the
Oh,
switch in my head
yeah.
started clicking. Like, okay, I got to kind of open up my brain and adjust to the times. Like it's clearly something going on here. So I kind of started flirting with skits back in 2014, 2015, like actually kind of making them.
Mhm.
Wasn't really consistent, just kind of dropping them here and there. I think there's a video I have. Anytime I post it, it'll go viral. It's like the home shopping network. You can buy an order of these hands. Like I made that in the basement in college in like 2015. Um, then I would say 2018 is kind of when I started dropping like actual skits. Obviously, you know, nothing crazy, but 2020, end of 2020 during the pandemic, I actually like caught COVID at that time and
Mhm.
I was just at the house bored. So that's when I just started really pumping out stuff. And that's where everything initially took off. So it was kind of just like a baby foot in, baby foot out over the years until finally, like, I was like, let me just actually try, you know, and then, you know, there it is.
Yeah, because like I said, I think some of the first content that I saw from you was the Battle of the Sexes series and everything that you was doing.
Yeah, so originally, when I was in college, I kind of just wanted to go into that, like, you know, dating advice space, just from an authentic perspective, not know just like, hey, get, you know, fuck bitches, get money. Like, I wanted to be
Yeah.
like, hey, like, you know, you can have emotions and things like that. But one of the things I try to be is objective with my data. I was like, hey, I'm passionate about this, but it's not being received passionately. So I need to circle back and build myself up enough to where I could potentially bring this back. So then, you know, I dabbled with the reaction videos, and like those are doing cool. Then I started doing like the J-pop and K-pop reaction videos, and that was actually growing my channel. I just ended up stopping, you know, again, just inconsistent, some other stuff. And then I found my initial success with everything on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like TikTok during the pandemic, man. I mean, like my thing was the editing and like doing all the tricks. So because TikTok just had it at the click of a button, anytime they would have a new special effect, I would just be able to think of a skit and put it out. So it just enabled the creative fire in me. And once I think I was putting out skits like 2 a day for like 6, 7 months straight to
Oh
where I
shit.
was all like, I just needed a catalog. Like, let me keep
Yeah.
getting my name out there. And once I did that, that's when I was like, okay, I think I could actually do something with this. Like,
Do you remember your first video that took off?
yeah. So, all right. So, funny enough with TikTok, I made TikTok in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
My very first TikTok video did like 100,000 views, but I didn't think anything of it because I thought TikTok was like a scam. Like they're
Oh,
like, hey,
okay.
this is that TikTok. I was like, 100,000 views. Like, I can't even get 200 on Instagram. Like that's fake. Um, Then I would say like the first one that took off was the undercover cop. So
Okay.
I had just made that literally randomly at 2 a.m. one night, just on some like boom, boom, boom. I wake up, it's at 600,000 views after like 4 hours, and I was like, what the hell? But they ended up taking it down, TikTok. And I was
Ah,
just all like,
damn.
what? So whatever. I'm like, all right. Usually if I do a video, like I'm like I said, I'm eclectic. I can think of like a bunch of ways to take the series further. So my first like 30 videos on TikTok for a series was the undercover cop. I went from 10K followers to 30,000 followers in like a week. And I was just like, okay, like that's it. I made it.
Right.
Then they came out with that ghost filter because you know they used to have the trend challenges with the filters.
Mm-hmm.
So there was one with the ghost, and I was just like, oh, I could do this with it. And I did the like, get impressed and like you get unalived. And that took off like wildfire, like everywhere
Yeah.
else. And that's what took me from 30 to 100K and beyond and everything else.
Oh man, that's dope. That's because that moment, and it's funny because when you hear a lot of people's story, they always talk about like, oh yeah, I just did this quick video, and then I woke up, and then boom, you know what I'm saying? And it's but then it does fuel you. Like I said, you can start seeing the more intention and things that you're doing with your videos, and then that becomes like like oh like you really get to see that journey and that path and that walk. But I know a lot of people rock with your Black and Hogwarts series, and like you said, you already said you're a Harry Potter fan and everything like that. Um, what what I guess in that realm, and even from Harry Potter fans, and you being a Harry Potter fan as well, like that had to feel dope that you were putting something in that space of a property that you love and that people was rocking with it.
A 1,000,000%. So naturally, as I was making like my series, I didn't want to pigeonhole myself. I was like, I gotta make sure I have some flexibility. So my thing was like, hey, keep putting out what people are watching for, but just slowly bleed them into it. So originally, my next segue after the LA stuff was being Black at work because again, like I like to integrate different facets of my
Yeah.
experience into my comedy. So the Black at work stuff, I was just having a ball. Like those are some of my funniest, like my favorite ones to film, and people love it. Cause like, yeah, I make it sound wild, but I'm like, bro, I didn't had experiences where I'm here. There's a guy with dreads and glasses, and the dude that's hiring us mixes up our driver's license. He hands me the other dudes, and I hand him mine. I'm like, bro, this isn't mine. And he looks at us. He goes, wait, really? And I just like, so it was originally that. Then one day I was just all like, what if Jamal like was in Harry Potter? So I just like integrated it into a Black at Work skit, and I noticed the reception instantly. And I was just all like, okay, let's take it a step further. And boom, all of a sudden, the Black at Hogwarts just kind of like went crazy with it. Like, because again, I was having fun with it because like I was like, yo, like you said, it's Harry Potter, like boom, but I get to be satirical, and the reception of it was crazy. Like the Black at Hogwarts skits, I'm like no funny stuff probably put me up like 100 to 200,000 followers.
I can tell, bro. It's hilarious content. And then you know what it is? There's like I believe like, and then this is where I love seeing my people collab and everything like that. You need to link up with comedian Mel Mitchell. She does
For
the
sure.
black teacher at
Yeah.
Hogwarts,
Yeah.
bro. That would be like one of those like crazy collabs of you bringing you in, she bring like oh man that'd be fire, bro. Like and you got to think and the one this the funny thing about Harry Potter and the Harry Potter series is that there's not a lot of us in there, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of us love it. Like, you know what I'm saying? When they did Hogwarts Legacy, oh bro, we clamored to that. We love that. And then with I forgot was it the movie, was it called The Magical Negroes or something like that?
Yeah. Mystical
Like,
Matt. Yeah. Yeah.
we all thought we was getting Black Hogwarts, and then when we found out what it was, we was like, bro, you fumbled the bag. We are waiting for a Black Wizard shit, bro. Like
Bro,
we want that so much.
I was telling people, I was like, bro, there's got to be an okey doke to it. So I didn't go see it initially. So when I heard the backlash, I was like, all right, cool. Let me
Yeah,
trust my
I didn't even give it
instinct.
a chance.
Yeah. I was like, man, for sure
But
fumbled though.
yeah, but so doing these interviews that I be doing, like there's two things that I realize that we don't have that, but the properties that we love, and that if we do it, I think it would be, but we just need somebody to be fearless enough to do it. It's one, and like I said, it's wizards, Black wizards. Like I said, we all like people love witchcraft, like just even in general, just about that, which is crazy because Black people are very stereotypical about witchcraft. So we're like, but we love it, we
We love
love
it.
it. But also,
Yeah.
also the Game of Thrones, House of Dragon. So I got a chance to interview like Paige Kennedy, Michael James Shaw, like, and
Man.
they are all theatrically trained actors where they could do that type of speech. And they were just like, but they don't never give those roles. And obviously in House of the Dragon, we got our first Black dragon riding family. So it's like it's been fire. But a full cast of all these Black actors in that type of speech. Because remember, this is still a fantasy world. This is not historically accurate. This is a fantasy world. It's just people are speaking in that old style. And I was like, bro, if somebody was able to get the funding and was able to be fearless enough to say, just create this world like I said, it's just same type of world, but just put these black actors who can do that type of acting in it. I think it would go so hard. And like I said, I feel like content like yours is proving that like in this fantastical world, black people love it. It's kind of like with blurred culture. Like we're showing the world that we are into these things that you guys don't think that we're into. Y'all are stereotypical, like y'all think we just want all we want to do is rap and you know what I'm saying, and be gangsters. They're like, nah, man. We love anime. We love we love this magic shit. We love we love all this. It's just like I've been enjoying being the reporter of the culture and talking to people like you who are actively putting in content to show, show our difference of you know what I'm saying in this realm. But again, it's something that I clamor to that I want so much.
No, and to your point, like that's kind of like one of the biggest things behind like why I do what I do is like to show black people aren't a monolith. We're just
Yeah,
like any other human beings. We have a spectrum of like what we appreciate as a culture, but anybody who can imagine would loves fantasy and all that stuff just because the pure authenticness of fantasy is it's whatever you can imagine. And I think we all go through that thing where yeah, we love these IPs, but we realize like, hey, in their wildest imaginations, they can't imagine us. So it's like, instead of waiting for them to imagine us, let's just do it ourselves. Like,
yeah, yeah,
because that's what the space calls for, like shout out to Impound Comics. Like, that's just them having our own universe. It's just
yeah,
for us. Like, that's what it should be like. So I don't think it's gonna take long before we start stepping into that space because I think just like with the manga cultures, like they took a step outside of what the norm was and said, let's just be us and deliver that to the world. And
yeah.
boom, now it's a global phenomenon.
You done some work.
Man,
And that's, oh, look at the graphics when you open it up. Look at the motion graphics. Look at the logo. Geekset presents. Well, look at that. This man ain't throwing this together.
You are watching a master at work.
Hold up. All right. Welcome back to the Geekset podcast, only podcast that blend hip-hop culture and geek culture together. I'm your boy Deuces, and this is 101 with Deuces, the place where I speak with creators, curators, and people that you should know. And right now, y'all, I have black royalty on my screen right now. The one and only Reagan Gomez, Gail Bean, Jay Ellis, Walter Jones, Kadeem Hardison. How you doing, bro? Rachel True, Tamala Jones here, Van Lathan right now, man. Deborah Wilson, Tristan Wing, Susan Hayward, Bill Duke, Cleo Thomas, big homie Roy Wood Jr., Bill Lamar, Omar Benson Miller, Drummer Boy in the building, Michael James Shaw, the Queen Wolf Tyler, Madam Zay, aka Zayna Bear, Bobby Ray, aka B.O.B., Jamie Gray, Cedric Yarbrough, Kel Mitch, Miriam A. Hyman, aka Robin Hood, Fantastic Frankie, the CEO of Revolt TV, Detavio Samuel, Danny Nicolette, this Tiff from the Shy, I have Patrick Cloud, Gary Anthony Williams, Tanya Denis, Dear Silas, O'Shea Jackson Jr., the homie London Brown, Cynthia Luciette, Carl Jones, Ace Vane, Blas Alonso, Lauren Morris. How are you doing, brother? Jordan L. Jones, Diane Ulu, Rob Martin Vader.
To know that there is a place for people like me to go to. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, at least to kind of like, you know what I'm saying, really the main reason, you know what I'm saying, why I wanted to do this interview with you and everything is that, like, we see conventions popping, BlurredCon, we see MomoCon, Anime Atlanta, Anime Week in Atlanta, DreamCon, and, you know what I'm saying, we're seeing the black nerd, the black geek, you know what I'm saying, shine and flourish and just show that black joy into these properties and everything, right? So, in this DreamCon, we, like I said, we have Carl Jones and Love Jones with their studio, Martian Blueberry.
Shout out to Martian Blueberry.
Shout out to Martian Blueberry. Really putting it on, you know what I'm saying, in the black anime space, putting out content, putting out actual shows with around black creators with black aesthetics and black things, right? And they're working with Rizza Islam, which was also a mine. Like,
shout out to Rizza.
What? You're like, bro, wait a minute. Like, bro, I'm telling you, when I saw, we always joke about the Nation of Islam, but like in a good joking sense. But seeing them in person was definitely intimidating for me for the first time. I was like, I had a moment where I stood back. I was like, bro, this is the nation here, bro.
Yeah.
But to get to the point, Carl and Love and Martian Blueberry, they are doing an anime called Intellectual Power with Rizza Islam, and you are going to be a character in this show. Got the cosign, got the stamp of approval from Rizza, and I wanted to talk, like, what was your journey getting there? What happened?
Man.
How did you get to that?
Man, so first and foremost, shout out to Rizza, shout out to Carl, shout out to Love. Super excited to work on the opportunity, but Rizza's like my dog. Like that's like my bro. So he actually brought me into the Nation of Islam.
Oh shit. Okay, dope.
Yeah, so and same experience you have like seeing him in person. I'm like, oh my God, like this is real. But over the course of the years, like, Rizza's actually like he's an actor, like he has an acting background, entertainment, things like that. So as he's developed through life, things like that, he's done stuff. So when he told me about the cartoon, he was just all like, hey, don't tell nobody, but I'm working on something. And I remember he showed me a still frame of like him. It's the scene with the bullets. And I was like,
Okay.
excuse me, like what? And he kind of like dropped it in my ear. He's all like, hey man, we might need you to voice act. But I'm the type of person like my brain can't process it because I don't want to get let down. I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna get excited, like nothing like that. So over the course of conversations, like, I do all the voices in my skits. So I was like, I'll voice act, like whatever. So we get to chopping it up, and he's all like, hey, we might have some room for you to be a character. When I tell you I must have backflipped somersaulted, like
As you should.
like I was like, excuse me, sir. And he just kept on getting it better. He's all like, you won't believe who we working with. I was like, who? He was all like, Carl Jones. I was like, okay, yeah, there might be like some other Carl Jones you're talking about. He's like, no, Carl Jones. Like, you know how like you look at somebody, but the eyes end up out here. Yeah. I was like, what? And he was telling me, I'm like, bro, I know you know him from the Boondocks. But I'm like, Carl Jones is Tube Steak? Like that was like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck. He's gonna eat a fucking punch. Like I was all like, bro, that is Tube Steak the Great. Like, I don't think he get enough flowers for that. Like that joint was crazy. So when like he was all like, yeah, this Carl, he's done this. I'm like, bro, Black Dynamite, like Freaknik, then Boondocks, the last OG, and like all the different characters. Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though. Like it just felt surreal. And I was all like, are you serious? He was like, yeah, bro, like you're gonna be in it, blah, 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 this. And I was just all like, okay, well, you make the announcement because I'm gonna feel like it's fake if I say it, but all glory to God, we were able to make it happen. So yeah, that's something that's in the works.
Man, so again, we like I said, we talk about, like I said, having those moments, like I said, just working in this world, being in this. So, what I'm saying, you like I said, Rizza, you said that's your bro. So having that affinity for Carl Jones, and then when you finally met him, what was that like?
So they usually say don't like meet your heroes or celebrities. Like Carl Jones is really one of the most down to earth, cool dudes. Like he's like, you ever like in school, you have that one dude who you might sit next to, and every time you go to class, y'all just end up having a really cool conversation. Mm-hmm. And then like midway through the semester, you're like, hey, this might be like one of the coolest dudes on the planet. Like me and Carl Jones, like super, super humble dude. Like he's just a genuinely good person. And like being able to like tell him, like, yo, you did Tube Steak, and we were laughing together about it. I'm all like the 12-year-old me is all like, this isn't real right now. And I just started thinking back. I'm like, fam, Boondocks guy, like right here. Yeah. But no, outside of that, like, super dope dude. Conversations, great. He's super, super like just watching how his mind works creatively, like how he talks about the business, things like that. Like, it's just fascinating to the point where it's all like, you could be in awe at some points, like, oh shoot. But other than that, like, let's just say I was just like, let's just say if I didn't know who he was and I just met him at a restaurant, I'd be like, wow, this is the coolest guy ever.
Like, so I want to ask you, because like I said, obviously we're working with Carl as well too. I want to know this, do you have this moment? Because I'll be talking to Carl and like we'll talk about something serious or something business-wise, stuff like that. And all I hear is Thugnificent.
Bro.
So if he throwing me off, he be like, because I'm like, I know this is a serious conversation, but all I hear is Thugnificent.
And the crazy part is like, you don't really understand his range until you talk to him. Yeah. Like hearing him talk, then like when he does the Thugnificent, I'm like, bro, he's really just being different parts of himself. Like it's crazy. So like, yeah, I'm like, this is Thugnificent. Like, motherfucker, we don't believe in fighting fair. We believe in overwhelming force, nigga. Like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, no, it's definitely a trip. Like it took me like a good 30 minutes to be like, this is the guy behind the voice. This is the voice.
So when you got that first, so I remember you said you got the still, but when you actually got to see the animation in work, where was your head at?
Man, well, shout out to Geekset because I remember seeing y'all there, front and center. Uh, Again, I'm like a very humble, naive dude. So like, if you tell me like, hey, we're about to go to the Olympics, you need to do X, Y, and Z, I'm just gonna do it. I can't really wrap my head around what you're talking about.
Yeah.
First off, just seeing the packed room, I was like, oh shoot. Then like, seeing the animation, seeing the reception, me actually like being like, yo, this is incredible. I was like, wow, this is gonna be really cool to watch. And I was like, hey, stupid, you're gonna be inside of it. And I was like, oh my God, like it's kind of indescribable because again, to me, I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna be a cartoon, but I'm not understanding like, hey, voice acting is like a whole different like ball game industry, things like that. So I was just all like, I tell Rizza all the time, like, bro, I think you're a liar until we actually start recording. So like, and shout out to Rizza, but yeah, it's still surreal. Like I can't honestly wrap my head around it. Like,
Yeah, because even after all that, you know what ends up happening. What ends up happening, you're going to be at one of these conventions and you're going to be somebody's favorite character from that show. They're going to want you to say whatever lines that you have in that show. You're probably going to have a booth that you're going to have Rome Nose, and you're going to have your character behind your photo. People going to want your autograph. They're going to come with people are going to make fan art. Bro. And depending on how your character is, you're going to see a cosplayer cosplaying a character that you are. You got to get your head wrapped around and ready for that, bro.
And the thing is all like it's hard for me too, because even with the social media stuff, like it's hard just accepting like, hey, somebody might recognize me in person, like because I don't have the ego to where I'm all like, oh, I'm somebody. I'm just like, bro, I truly appreciate people that appreciate anything I do. So
yeah.
I like that level. I'm gonna have to like walk through it to actually like get adjusted to it. Like I'm like,
I'm definitely here for it. Like, because that's really like a lot of the times, even with my platform, what I try to do is, you got to think, bro, in this world, especially as black men in general, like I said, we don't often give people their flowers. We too cool to kind of say, yo, I appreciate the work that you do. And me, I am a very, very appreciative person of the culture, right? And I like to make sure people know while they're in their path, while they're in their journey, like, bro, you are on the right path. You are doing the right things. And I definitely see that for you because, like I said, as a creator, one, you have a level of creativity that that is very, like I said, relatable, but it's also something that is very, very entertaining, but also it comes off very, very genuine. So as somebody who's a fan of this culture, when I watch it and stuff like that, I'm just like, oh man, I want to meet this person. I want to chop it up with this person, and I feel like that is going to continue during your walk because it's like you're putting out content. You're not trying to alienate nobody. You're not putting out problematic content. You're just putting out things that are actually funny. And then even you getting this role, it's kind of like people that's been rocking with you. They get to be like, bro, like they're gonna be. Man, I knew Rome Knows before he was doing voice acting.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have people that are very, very protective over you, but they're also love to see your journey. Like I noticed, like I said, you started your Patreon and everything, and that's gonna be dope because you're gonna see those followers who want to kind of just be where you're at. That's going to want to support where you're at, and you definitely deserve it, bro, because the hard work and the times that you put in. Like I said, a lot of people don't understand the editing aspect of it. Yes, you can drop 2 videos a day, but even with how you edit it, with even how you try to create the world based around the skit that you're doing, it's just like that takes time, that takes intention. And it's even how you said it, like when TikTok drops a new filter, your mind is immediately thinking about how you can utilize that filter in ways within your content. Not everybody has that mindset in that process, so it's like you should be celebrated for that work and that time that you put in. So again, you got to process it. I understand that. I am going to champion it for you. I am going to make sure that we vocally and make sure people know about the dope shit that you do, bro.
No, I appreciate that. And another project I'm working on, shout out to OG Network, is we're gonna actually produce one of my series that I'm writing. It's called The Call Center. So it's gonna be like a Black Office, mockumentary type style, but just based on a call center.
This is live action?
Yeah, it's gonna be live, like filming. I just signed on with OG Network, so they're gonna help me like produce, fund, and get that going on a streaming platform. OG Network streaming
Yeah.
platform.
So low key, bro, I had the same idea because before doing all this content and everything like that and interviews and voice acting and shit like that I'm doing, bro, I worked in the call center for the past 12 years.
Yep.
And bro, I'm talking about I was a manager in the call center for 12 years. I worked in call center shit probably like 20 years. But I'm talking about Wells Fargo, US Cellular, stuff like that. I know all the ins and outs of a call center. I was like, man, I was like, and I said I wanted to do that. So I'm definitely going to be tapping in. If you got any room, let
We
me
got
know.
room. We got room.
Let me know, bro, because I definitely will. I would love to be part of it and also offer some additional insight because, like, bro, I done worked in hardcore collections, soft collections, customer service, tech, fucking escalation queue.
Same.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what drove it. So like back in 2016, I was thinking because like I worked all my call center jobs in college. Like, okay, the different clients, we did WWE, a jeans company, like high fashion.
Yeah.
I did a car bank one, I did a leasing office. So like, but when I got into a first call center, I'm like, one, you can't get in unless you know somebody that knows somebody because the application's never up.
Right.
Two, I got in there and I was like, it's a lot of us in there. Like
There's a
I
lot
didn't
of us in
like
there.
it's a lot of us. And I was like, hey. And like you've been in the industry, like it's a lot of drama that happens in there. Like I'm all like, hey, this is happening behind the phone. Like that's why I'm on hold so long.
Hey, those call center trips, bro. When you hear
What?
about them stories, you're like, wait, who
What?
was fucking who? Wait,
Like
what?
all of this while I'm trying to get my account current. Like, what do we? So I was just all like, yo, like I don't think nobody's talking about the call center experience. Like that's a uniquely us experience. So
Exactly.
I was like, man, if I could, because again, I'm all about keeping the spectrum of non-monolithic black people. I'm like, bro, you got every type of black person in there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I was all like, hey, I want to do that. And again, I love Seinfeld. I love The Office, Parks and
Yeah.
Rec, all that stuff. Shout out Abbott Elementary. I was like, hey, if we can meld all of that and do it with a call center, I think it'll be like a hit, a hit thing. So
Absolutely.
I have a pilot up on my YouTube channel. It's 6 minutes. Me and the homie, shout out Winter and Markel. We shot it like a couple years ago. So we're gonna kind of build upon that. But essentially, like, I'm gonna be like the racist stereotypical boss, like the Michael Scott from like my Black at Work series, and we're gonna integrate just how it is dealing with the aggressions, also navigating the space, different journeys, and just tell it from a more authentic experience. Because a lot of the times in the call center too, like I know a bunch of dudes who were cold at it. Like they were great, they hit commissions, they did their thing, but they were like, yeah, I have an aspiration to get into real estate or do this. I'm just using this job in the meantime. And I was like, oh man, we got there's some stuff going on in here.
Yeah, they say like you gotta have the one person who's trying to climb the ladder. So like
Yep.
like you know
That's
what I'm saying?
Stanley.
So they like they overly good like at their job, like they always like, oh no, you can't, you won't break a little bit too long. Like, hey man, let me like chill out, bro.
You're gonna see him in the pilot. His name is Mark B. Stanley. That's the homie Markel. So he's gonna play that character. But yeah, we got a bunch of different archetypes we're gonna integrate because essentially the layout's gonna be an authentic voice of Black culture and the subcultures within our culture, how it works in a workspace.
Right.
And then we're gonna have the counterculture of like, hey, we got actual just white culture and how those polar opposites are existing authentically. Like,
oh yeah,
we're gonna be able to, we're gonna keep it funny, but still keep it real, like to the where it's just all, hey, that was hilarious, but hey, that kind of does make some sense. Like, okay, this is what it looks like.
All right. So I got two more segments before I get you out of here. So we
Yeah.
have one that we call Geekset hypotheticals. So I need to understand from you, zombie apocalypse, alien apocalypse, robot apocalypse. Which one do you believe, Rome knows, could last the longest?
Robot for sure. So like zombies and aliens, like, all right, like they still have like, they zombies, you can shoot them. We seen Walking Dead. Aliens, like, I don't know if aliens got hands, but I know a lot of us do. But robots with AI, I'm like, is Ultron and Brainiac are unstoppable in their universes. We don't have the Avengers or Superman to shut him down after he integrates with all electronics and shuts down the motherboard. So I think a robot apocalypse, humanity cooked.
I often say that because I was like, unless you have somebody who is extremely smart and knows how to hack, like to be like the defense against robots, it's kind of hard to kind of go up against them because there's electronics is everywhere. It's everywhere. And so no telling, bro, they're already a couple of steps ahead. They're already watching. They're tapping into every CCTV. So it's just like it's kind of hard.
And us having this conversation, Amazon sent me an ad right now for Aliens. Like, come on, dude. Like,
they were like, let's show them what they can do real quick. So I want to get some top 5 from you as a West Coast native. Let me get top 5 albums for you.
Ooh, okay. This is gonna be in no order. Nipsey Hussle, Victory Lap, Mailbox Money.
Ooh.
The Game documentary.
Hey, people, listen here. I know the game sometimes move weird. I know there's a lot of things that you can there's a lot of things that you can say about the game, but you cannot deny that damn album, bro. That album was so fucking fire.
It's not even just the album. So like I'm very big on like because of the internet, people's legacies kind of get minimized. Like I'm like, bro, I don't care what nobody says. The Game is a Hall of Fame artist.
Oh, absolutely.
Period. Like back in the day, like okay, the authenticity was a real thing. Yeah. When the Game dropped, you take a look in my eyes, Game, where you from? When that shit dropped, I'm talking about, bro, I'm in 6th grade and we're like, yo, who is the Game? Like this Crip nigga, blood nigga, essay. He was going crazy and like, you know, we didn't have the internet, so like people really knew how to run your street credit. You feel me? Like your hood facts. Every report was coming back like, nah, he's really about that life. He's from Compton, like he's about it. So when he's speaking in the songs, we're like, oh my God, he's keeping it real. Yeah. But all the songs were fired. When he dropped Hate It or Love It, I don't like viral songs now, like they don't hit the same because we digest it too fast. Hate It or Love It was hot for like 8 months. Then when he had the nerve to drop This Is How We Do, we're literally looking like a 50 Cent just shut down the whole world with Get Rich or Die Trying. And then the Game out here with these, when the documentary dropped, bro, that's probably like the 2nd album we ever bought. Like we convinced my Nigerian mom to buy this album. Like when I tell you, me and my brother are sitting there like Dreams. Like when I heard Dreams,
God, Dreams.
Like so the first album was just certified gold. When he dropped the with Doctor's Advocate, couldn't get far. I was like, bro, like, and again, it's not saying like those One Blood couldn't get far. Then like he just like Game literally is cold. Like 18 bars of running. Like,
bro, when he was gunning at G Unit,
he was doing good,
bro. That was some of the dopest rapping that we've heard. You know, bro, the Game was going crazy, bro. Like I said, I tell people all the time, like, bro, like you can. There's a lot of things that you can probably you can joke with about the Game on the internet, but when it comes to music, we cannot deny that. We cannot deny his music ability.
And the thing is all like, okay, like the music ability there, his features on songs, like, bro, Certified Gangsters. I'm like, bro, this dude's incredible, bro. Like, and his mixtape series, just I'm a proponent of like, bro, whatever he's doing, like whether you agree or not, he's just in a different part of his life. I'm like, he won music, like LAX boy, like, bro, he's not like he doesn't have to prove anything to nobody.
No, he definitely does not. Like as a hip hop head and a hip hop fan, and especially, you know what I'm saying, a person who loves like coastal sounds too, and everything like that. Like I do hate the fact that him and Kendrick is at odds. Like I like, you know what I'm saying? Because like when the pop out happened, that unity, I loved it. And I was one of the people that was like, bro, I wish the Game was there for sure. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, oh man. So it's like, but it's like, musically, no, I'm with you on that with the Game.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, and again, you can have your opinions about like, you know, anybody can have an opinion, but I'm like, you can't take it to the level where we're just gonna like minimize him. Like it's the same thing they try to do with Kevin Hart, like this revisionist history, like, oh, he was never fun. I'm like, family, y'all were not there. Laugh at my first. Let's not even.
No, they were there. Because here's the thing. Hold on, before you get that, I hate how people do rewrite.
Yeah,
because everybody and their mama was doing all right. Like what?
Y'all
Y'all cannot say that nigga was not funny.
Even before that, like his first one, I'm a short little man. When I tell you that went viral before viral, we used to be on the bus after school going home, saying the skit bar for bar, laughing our butts off. Then when it's about to go down, that shit went quadruple platinum in every black household.
Yeah.
And I don't think people understand, like, okay, 2 hits is one thing. When Laugh at My Pain was in theaters, like, bro, deuces, I was on the floor laughing next to strangers, rolling around in laughter at how funny this shit was. Go, little bitch, go, little bitch. I'm all like, dog, this nigga was on a generational run. Like, the nigga's hilarious. Like, to the point where another gem he has, Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Oh, my God.
I think that is the ultimate. I could quote it bar for bar. Wife hates it. That is one of my favorite shows ever.
Same.
I feel like that's the direction like we have to take our content to where, hey, you can just put in all of our hitters, legends, and commemorate them in a funny setting. Like you have everybody in Real Husbands of Hollywood, and it's a funny like TV show.
It's fun and funny premise, bro. Like everything about it, bro. And yeah. So all right, so that we I got 3 albums out of it. I need 2 more.
Documentary. Does it have to be West Coast or just in general?
In general, let's go in general.
Honestly, Larry June. What's gonna be the one?
Larry June. Shout out Larry June, man. Good job out there.
Which one am I? Larry June's the orange print, because Grand Nash Chronicles, like that's like one of my most favorite songs ever. And then last, I think I gotta put Get Rich or Die Trying in there. Honorable mention is gonna be Lupe Fiasco Kick Push, because like again, when people are unique and authentic, like Lupe was making Sonic the Hedgehog references in his music, and he, like you said, there's more of us in the hood that are not, gang members. So like we have like that visual of what it looks like not being a part of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was relatable in that sense. Like, skateboarding home. Like,
Lupe grew up in the trenches, but so
like, bro,
that's a Chi-Town native right there, man. So, top 5 movies from you.
Spider-Man 2. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2. Hercules. Sky High.
Oh,
Sky High is like incredible.
Okay.
Top 5 movies. Honestly, Brand New Day might be up there. I ain't gonna hold you. Like,
hey, bro, they cooked so tough with Brand New Day.
Yeah. Oh, Dragon Ball Z Super Broly.
Hey.
Hey, that's crazy.
They bro. And it's funny because I was a fan of OG Broly. So when they said they was gonna redo it, I'm like, bro, I don't know how they're gonna do this. And they exceeded my expectations. I was like, damn, bro. It was crazy. This is what I think was even crazy. It's like think about like now, like we talk about like who's the best Spider-Man and everything like that because of Brand New Day and Tom Holland's run and everything like that, right? But what I don't like about the conversation is that it's forcing people to shit on Andrew Garfield and Toby, right? However, in Dragon Ball Super, the new Broly gets love and the old Broly gets love. I don't see people shitting on either or.
I think it's because like anime, honestly, Dragon Ball Z is a religion. Like it's my favorite anime of all time. Just like, and honestly, it's just because like both were executed at a high level. Like, you can't really say nothing wrong about either or. You're just like, oh, this one's like the greatest thing I've ever seen. This is also the greatest thing I've ever seen. So like,
I think the only Broly thing that I was like was Bio Broly.
No, we don't count Bio Broly. That didn't happen.
That's the only. All right, so you are known for a lot of anime hot takes. So before I get out of here, I need to get a wild anime hot take from you.
The One Piece fans hate me right now. And here's the thing.
I kind of got beef with you because of that. Like,
so to be like completely honest, it's not even like, so objectively, I get why people like One Piece. Like Luffy, it's hard not to like him. Like, because my thing is I watched One Piece as a kid. I think we got to Arlong Park. Like, I was cool with it. It's just 4 Kids, the dub. Whenever they would get to Luffy going under the pool and then coming out, they would restart the rerun. So time flew by. And when I like picked up One Piece again, they were at Drum Island, but I was like, I'm not finna catch up on 700 episodes. It is good. I don't think it's the greatest piece of fiction, but it's good. One thing that pissed me off is not you specific, obviously. The goalposts kept moving. People are like, if you don't like it after 50 episodes, drop it. I'm like, all right, whatever. If you don't like it after 200 episodes, drop it. Oh, if you don't like it after Alabama, if you don't, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, so I can't not like it unless I watch X amount of episodes. So I was like, all right, it was a pandemic. I literally watched One Piece just so I could be like, hey, I'm going to form my opinion based on what I actually saw. My frontal lobe is developed. I can't sit through most of that. Like, that's all that is. But in terms of, let me just talk about the good. Luffy in Wano.
Yeah, I saw that take. Yeah.
When he flipped out on Kaido, I was all like, you know what? You got my respect. Anybody spinning the block for the homies with no regard, like fearlessness like that, I was like, he got it. So when recently I went and started rewatching it again, Luffy really came on the scene like swinging, like out of the barrel, punching. I was all like, you know what, bro? You won me over. Like when he got Zoro on the crew, I was all like, yeah, you got me, dog. You got me.
My biggest take on One Piece, and I tell people all the time, because I was like, I get it because, you know, it's a series, it's a property, and we want to get to an end. But I said, don't watch One Piece with the intention on ending. Right,
for sure.
If you watch it, like, all right, I'm gonna watch it so I can get the full story until the end, you're going to hit a point where you're like, all right, bro, this is a lot, this is getting too much, or you know what I'm saying? I said I use it. I was like, watch it as a piece of, you know what I'm saying, when you put something on, like kind of like you know, kind of like a rerun, but not a rerun. But I was like, if you watch it in general, like just like every now and then, I'm gonna throw on One Piece, you'll hit a pocket where you appreciate the story, because like I said, it can be a lot. But again, like I said, for me, like I said, I like Luffy. The Straw Hat Pirates is my second favorite anime crew. Like, Z Fighters,
who's the first?
Straw Hat.
Okay, yep. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, again, watching it, like what really sold it for me, like the backstories were like cool or whatever. Chopper's backstory, I almost cried in public. Like, I was watching when he shows up at Dr. Herolick's office all messed up. I was all like, why did y'all do my dog like this? How dare you?
Hey. So that Chopper's backstory was also what helped solidify that I actually like the live action. So when One Piece came on, I said, I need to know if it's going to hit the emotional beats that I need, right? And they gave us a little bit about it in season 1 and everything like that. But when season 2 and they did the Chopper backstory, and I said, all right, they did it right. I actually feel the emotion around it, and I was like, all right, I like the live action officially. I officially like the live action. So
for sure. But I mean, I guess a hot take would be like Thriller Bark is one of the worst arcs I've ever seen of anything in my life. Like I was ready to like burn the TV. Skypiea, I hated that arc. Skypiea, I felt tricked. Getting to Skypiea was excellent. Like Nolan the liar, where's the map? And they're like, we're going up. I'm like, what you mean up? And the knock stream, I thought that was cool. When we got there, I felt like I got to an amusement park with nobody there. Like, it was like, all right, there's stairs. You can ride clouds.
I put a lot of weight on the villain. So I love a villain with a good God complex, right? You know what I'm saying? Like Goku Black and Zamus is something like I love a good villain with a God complex. So I put a lot of weight on that villain, and that's why I like
that was cold. Yeah. No, Enel is cold. Like and I like the whole twist of you forget, like, hey, yeah, Luffy is rubber. Like this is his natural, like, because we don't have hockey at this time and things like that. Then next take is Black Clover is just rip off Naruto. Like, I don't think so. The thing I don't like about revisionist stuff either is we try to forget like what was happening before.
Yeah.
I grew up on Naruto. Like I've already seen somebody want to be the Hokage, the Wizard King, loud and obnoxious. Yuno is just Timu Sasuke. That he just doesn't hate his family. Yami might as well be Kakashi's cousin. He's the cool, aloof, like laid back teacher who's also super cold. Like dimensional slash Kamui. Like, what do we like?
Yeah. Black Clover confuses me because, bro, I've said that same exact thing, right? But I actually like Black Clover, and I was like, for everything that you said, I was like, I should not like this, but for whatever reason, I like Black Clover, and it's like it's weird to me. It confuses me.
No, and the thing is all like, I don't say it. It's like, again, it's not my favorite. I could kind of stomach it. Like, again, I'm one of those people that if I don't like it, I can tell you, or I can articulate to you why.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not just hating blindly. Because I'm just all like, hey, I've already seen Naruto and this isn't too far off. Like, there's no excitement for me. One thing that got me to get through, like that licked art, the Eye of the Midnight, that was crazy. Licked is hard. Like, shout out to the Julius Novachrono. Like, I think he's too good for that show. The way they did the lore for Asta's demon, I thought that was top notch.
Oh yeah,
because I was all like, okay, Naruto had the fox, and we were always like, what's the fox? So like the hype around Asta's thing, I was all like, I am genuinely interested into how y'all gonna put this off. Like,
yeah,
and I don't care what nobody say. Them fights, versus the Deer Captain.
Hey. I was talking about cooking.
What? Oh my God. I say, hey, look, man, I can say what I want, but they're going crazy right now.
Yeah, no, yeah. So where can my people find you at, and what do you need them to support you on?
Oh man, so y'all can find me on Rome Knows Adinahu on pretty much all my social medias. I think Facebook is just Rome Knows. In terms of support, man, just keep an eye out for the Martian Blueberry, information and announcements. We'll also have announcements about the call center, once that's ready to pop. And just stay tuned. We got a Discord. Again, we are the worst people on earth in my Discord. Please don't join expecting us to be like on our best behavior. It is quite literally not what you want to do. Don't. Oh my God, they're insane. I'm warning you now.
Yeah, you got two-factor authentication, but not for security. Just like, are you sure you want to be here?
Like, hey,
just double checking.
But yeah, Rome Knows Adinaho on everything, and yeah, we're just cooking and continuing to put out content, different ideas, and make stuff happen.
All right, man, dope, man. As always, man, this is the only place that blend hip hop culture and geek culture together. I'm your boy Deuces. This is Rome Knows, and we are out. Peace.